Javier Hernandez Crias, better known as Xavi, was a Spanish footballer who played as a midfielder, considered one of the best Spanish midfielders of all time. He was renowned for his passing, vision, ball control, and positioning. Xavi joined Barcelona's youth academy at the age of 11 and has made a total of 767 official appearances, a club record. Xavi is the first player in the club's history to play 150 matches in European competitions and the FIFA Club World Cup combined with Barcelona. Xavi won 8 La Liga titles and 4 UEFA Champions League titles. In 2009, Xavi finished third in the FIFA World Player of the Year award. And in 2010 and 2011, he finished third in the Ballon d'Or award. In 2015, he moved from Barcelona to Al Sadd, where he won 4 trophies. Before retiring in 2019, he is one of the few players to have played more than 1,000 matches in his professional career. After finishing his playing career in Qatar at Al Sadd, Xavi immediately became a coach. He quickly began to achieve success and in 2021 returned to Barcelona, this time as head coach. In the 2020-23 season, he led the team to the La Liga Championship. However, his path was not easy. The club was experiencing financial difficulties, and it was not easy to return to its former greatness. Xavi is not just a great footballer. He is a symbol of intelligent, beautiful football. His style inspired many young players, Pedri, Gavi, Verratti, and others. He was not the fastest or the strongest, but his thinking and technique made him unique. He was repeatedly included in the lists of the best players in the world. And in 2009, 2010, and 2011 he took third place in the fight for the Golden Ball. When people say Ronaldo, many immediately think of a smile, speed, tricks, and brilliant goals. Before Cristiano, there was one Ronaldo, and he was a phenomenon. Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima was born on September 18, 1976 in a poor area of Rio de Janeiro. From a young age, it was clear that this guy knows something special with the ball. At 13, he dropped out of school for football. A couple of years later, all of Brazil was talking about him, and a little later, so was Europe. First professional club, Cruzeiro. He was still a teenager, but scored like an adult. Scouts from Europe immediately came for him. He was not just a forward, he was a tornado with the ball at his feet. He combined the speed of a sprinter, the technique of a street dancer, power and feints that baffled defenders. He could get past free, take out the goalkeeper, and calmly roll the ball into the goal. He did it easily, as if it was a normal thing. Ronaldo played for clubs such as PSV, the first European club. Ronaldo scores 54 goals in 57 matches. Europe understood a monster has appeared. Barcelona only 1 season, but what a 147 goals in a year and superstar status. Inter, here he becomes a world icon. Golden Ball, wild popularity, but injuries begin. Real Madrid returned to the top. He shone in the Galacticos. Then there were Milan and his native Corinthians, where he ended his career. Ronaldo's body couldn't take the strain. His knees gave out. He was out for months on end, even for 2 years. Anyone else would have given up, but Ronaldo kept coming back and winning. After he retired, he became a businessman and a football executive. Ronaldo changed football. He inspired a generation. Messi, Ibrahimovic, Ronaldo, Neymar. They all called him their idol. He didn't just score. He gave magic. His games were the moment when football became an art. In the world of football, there are stars and there are legends who quietly do their job, leaving behind only admiration and applause. One of them is Andres Iniesta. He didn't shout, didn't show off, and didn't run after likes. He simply went out onto the field and created magic. Andres was born in a tiny Spanish town called Fuenteovilla, a typical quiet boy from the provinces. At the age of 12, he was noticed at a children's tournament and invited to the Barcelona Academy, the famous La Masia. Imagine a child moves far away from his family to an unfamiliar city to live among strangers, all for the sake of his dream of playing football. This is how the story of Iniesta begins. He made his debut for Barcelona in 2002 and stayed there for 16 years. During this time, he won everything possible with the club, and not just once, 9 Spanish championships, 4 Champions Leagues, 6 Spanish Cups, 3 Club World Cups, and a whole shelf of trophies. But the main thing was his style. He played beautifully, intelligently, easily. It seemed like he had magnets in his boots. The ball just wouldn't come off. Iniesta is football without unnecessary noise. He did not run faster than anyone else, did not shoot from 40 meters, did not put on a show. But when the ball got to him, it seemed that the game became softer, smoother, more beautiful. He saw the field like a conductor, not with his eyes, but with his feelings. He did not scandalize, did not provoke, and did not even receive red cards. Real Madrid players applauded him standing. Rival fans respected him. He was an example of a real athlete. In 2018, Iniesta said a touching farewell to Barca. He went to play in Japan for Vissel Kobe, where he spent several successful years. Andres Iniesta is not just a footballer. He's music in boots. He showed that you can be great and still remain humble, polite, human. Many great players, from Messi to Zidane, called him one of the best they had the chance to play with. Even in his late 40s, he took to the field with the same light touch and intelligent play. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is a lion who has always been himself. He called himself God, compared himself to a lion, and spoke about himself in the third person. But these are not just words, as Zlatan Ibrahimovic always backed them up with action. He scored from any distance, in any club, at any age. And he did it beautifully, powerfully, with charisma. This is how legends are born. Zlatan was born in 1981 in Mamet to a poor family of immigrants. His father was from Bosnia, his mother from Croatia. The area was difficult, and so was his childhood. But this is what tempered his character. He learned not to give up and fight for what is his. He began his career in Mamet and soon found himself at Ajax. It was there that Europe first saw what this long, daring Swede could do with the ball. Zlatan played for all the great clubs. Juventus became the star of Syria, Inter, 3-time champion, Barcelona, a high-profile transfer, but a difficult relationship with Guardiola. Milan helped return the club to titles, and later returned there at 38 years old, and made it champion again. PSG, a cult figure, 156 goals for championships, and the status of a living legend. Manchester United brought the club trophies, Los Angeles, crazy goals, daring interviews, and the love of fans. Zlatan is football without boredom. He always stood out in appearance, in his game, in his character. He is either adored or hated. But no one is indifferent. He inspired an entire generation that you can be yourself, not be afraid, say what you think, and still win. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is not just a name. It is a style, an era, a philosophy. And even if he has already left the field, his image will live in people's heads for a long time. If football were music, Messi would be Mozart. He plays not with force, but with inspiration. A small, modest guy from Argentina who became the greatest player of all time. Lionel was born in 1987 in Rosario. As a child, he was diagnosed with a growth hormone problem. His body barely grew. His family could not afford the treatment, but he had one super gift: to play football brilliantly. Barcelona scouts noticed the boy, invited him to Spain, and helped him. This is how one of the most beautiful football stories began. Messi spent almost 20 years at the club. He didn't just play, he lived in Barca. 672 goals for the club, an absolute record, 35 trophies, including for Champions Leagues, 10 times became the champion of Spain. With him on the field, football looked like art. No show, no falso. Just Messi and the ball. Messi is football as it should be, without pathos, without scandals, only talent, work and love for the ball. He has become not just a football player, but an example for millions. Lionel Messi is magic in reality, as if someone pressed play and turned on the best that this sport has to offer.